Hey, what to do, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. So I'm just gonna start with a clean slate because originally I wanted to make a video on this right here, but I just keep running into roadblock after roadblock with this thing. I finally tracked down the wiring diagram for it because so many of the components had just been disconnected that it was gonna be impossible to figure out what wire went where. And so I finally got that, and then I ordered all the parts that I needed and they showed up, and I was super excited. I pulled this solenoid out of the box, and I was like, dang, this is a nice solenoid, marine rated. It's got an epoxy coating. And then I looked at it right there and it says 12 volts. So they sent the wrong solenoids. So I had to reorder them. I went back and double checked my order, make sure that I ordered 24 volt solenoids, and I did, and they sent me the wrong ones. So today, we're not gonna be working on this, So for today's video, we're gonna be installing something that I'm actually pretty excited about. We've been wanting to put this up for a while because after the rainy season, all the weeds, everything just grows like crazy out here. We got a ton of weed whacking to do, ton of lawn mowing. It's just almost impossible to keep up with it. So our plan is to have the animals do most of the work. We've got a couple animals that we can just let loose, let them roam around the property. They're not gonna destroy everything. But the ones that really do the grazing are the cows. They're the ones that are gonna eat the most grass the fastest. So we're gonna be installing some temporary electrical fencing that actually uses an electrical rope. So I'm super excited to see how this stuff works. It's purely experimental. And one of the reasons that we wanna do it is because there's a couple spots that have like a ton of poison oak overgrowth, and cattle actually love poison oak. So we're gonna be installing that in today's video. And I don't know what else is gonna be in it, like this kid right here. So yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on. And as always, there may be something else that makes its way into this video, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and jump on into it, and let's roll.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand.
Being kind
Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
Alright, so this is purely experimental for us, so we're not wanting to spend a whole lot of money on it.
They sing on a sleepless night.
Our plans may have
Try
been
to
canceled.
catch me howling out
Alright, so we are racing against the clock just a little bit. You guys can see the clouds starting to roll in. We're supposed to get some pretty serious rain this afternoon. But this is the rope that I'm talking about. American Farm Works Power Wire. It's got 20 times the shocking power. It's pretty cool stuff. You guys can see the metal wire that's interwoven in there. We'll see how it works. I'm pretty excited to give it a shot. So literally, I have done zero homework on it. I was just at Tractor Supply, saw a roll of it, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and give this a shot. So we got a bunch of the fiberglass rods right here. You guys can see they have little slots to run the rope through. Got a couple more of them over here. Go ahead and get these all in the back of the Ranger. So we've got two areas in mind that we want to try. We're going back and forth between doing this spot right here, because there's a ton of poison oak that grows right there, or we have a nice little alleyway tucked over in that back corner, which has 3 surrounding perimeter fences. And usually I just run through there with the mower. And since I only have 16 rods, we're trying to figure out where we can best utilize them. So I'm thinking we'll probably go with this area right here so we can get rid of all that poison oak right there. So I think we've got our area picked out. We're gonna go ahead and try and tackle this area right here. You guys can see the crazy amount of poison oak that's growing right here. Cattle love poison oak. So we're gonna go ahead and let them chomp that down. Then we got a couple oak trees over there that are kind of getting a little bit lower than we'd like them to be. And the cattle actually do a really good job of trimming the trees just about right where you want them. So if there is a ground fire that rolls through here, it's not gonna hit the oak trees at all. So anyhow, I think we're gonna go ahead and probably start right here. Maybe right there. What do you think?
I think, does anybody want that motorhome?
The Chevy Chase Special.
Free $99. You can take the cabinets out, do whatever you want with it. It does not run though, huh?
No.
It doesn't, no.
That's like one of Josh's projects.
Josh's project?
He wants to come over and like get that thing running.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Completely serious.
Being kind of serious. If anybody wants that sweet motorhome over there, you guys can just come take it. I think we even have the title for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we got the title
like
and everything.
It's like parts and cabinetry. If you wanted to make your own like motorhome, I don't know, whatever.
No.
Come get it.
You heard the lady. Anyhow, we are, yeah. Where do you think we should start?
There.
Right here? This one? Ooh, that's pretty soft. So some of these fiberglass rods are going in pretty easy and some are not. If we like come over just a little bit, this is like super hard packed DG over here. But over here for the most part, it's like pretty soft, it's pretty wet. Right now is like the ideal time to do this because the ground's still pretty moist and it's not too hard to push these things in. So, oh, there's a gopher hole right there. Let's keep coming this way for now. Let's see. I put one right there. Let's see. And there's the fence line again. So I think we're going to be perfect. All right, so we did read that it's not really supposed to be touching any vegetation because that will hinder its performance. So I went up and grabbed the little Milwaukee handsaw or whatever this is. I'm going to go ahead and trim this tree up a little bit because we're going to try and dead end right there. All right, well, it's a good thing that these things are less than $3 a piece because I was trying to push this guy in right here and the little tab for your foot just decided to leave the chat room. So we're gonna move him in a little bit closer where it's not as hard. See if I can just push it in by hand. So we now have broken 2 of the little tabs for pushing these poles in. So I went up and grabbed a hammer and this seems to be the best way to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and hammer drive the rest of these in because it is pretty hard dirt over here. So yeah, we're learning as we go.
Whoa, trick cinematography. Just joking, don't put that on there.
I haven't finished all these are in?
The one over by Mabel's bike is not.
Isn't it supposed to be like an inch of rain tomorrow? Right?
An inch?
I heard it was like just a ridiculous number.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, I guess it was that one. That's not that. Shoot, we ran out. Oh, you found one?
Oh, it's just what we needed.
The winning pole.
That was over there.
Yeah, well, we need to go take it over there. That's where we were short one. You want to try and put it in?
Okay.
All right.
That's 100 grand.
100 grand, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
That's 100 grand.
All right.
Dude.
Can you drive that post? Let's see. Put it right here.
Oh. Okay.
All right, don't hit my hand.
I'm gonna try not to.
You can hit it harder than that.
Okay, that's good for you to hold it.
No, it's gonna move around too much.
Oh.
So either you gotta hold it or I gotta hold it. Hit it harder.
That little tongue action.
You getting tired?
Yeah.
Here, I'll switch
you.
you.
This one is.
Okay.
I'm just feeling.
Whoa, I almost hit your hand.
Yeah.
I think we hit a rock anyways.
Well, yeah, that's good. That's good, anyway. You wanna try this on?
No way, it looks way better on you.
All right, so for anybody that's curious, again, this stuff is called American Farm Works Power Wire. Interesting. Anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and get this stuff installed. It's kind of tricky to find the very beginning point. It's tucked under right there. At least I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and start installing this stuff, and basically I'm just gonna run a row along the top, then we'll take a step down, come back this way, zigzag back and forth. But actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think we're gonna start at the bottom and work our way up. I think it'll just look cleaner that way, even though it's like 100% temporary and doesn't really matter too much. That's how I'm gonna do it. So again, with like 90% of my other videos, I'm not a pro. I haven't really read the instructions, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave a decent tail right here so we can go ahead and mount the little solar panel battery charger thing. Probably somewhere like over here where it's out of the way and the cow's not gonna mess with it. And that way we have enough rope or cable or whatever you wanna call the stuff to get over to it. Now, I don't know if this is how you're supposed to do it, but I think this is gonna work pretty good. Basically, I tucked that rope down on this side right there. It's a little bit lower than this side, so it kind of wedges in there. Then you wrap it around, pull it up. You guys can see that it's pretty tight now. It's not really going anywhere. So I think, oh, actually, I think I did that backwards because this is staying here. So let's do it like this. All right, so now we can tug on this pretty good and it's not going anywhere. And this is the side that is connected to the roll. So we're just gonna start making our way around the perimeter. All right, I'm making pretty good progress. You guys can see that we are working on the last row. It's the very top row. It's actually gone pretty quick, pretty easy. I think this has taken me probably, I don't know, I'll say 15 minutes to get this strung out so far. So really not awful. And if I didn't have to like weave in and out of trees, it'd probably be even faster. All right, so this is purely experimental for us. So we're not wanting to spend a whole lot of money on it unless it works. So we're gonna go ahead and borrow the solar panel charger that we have on the goat pen up here. We're gonna take it down there. We're just gonna hook it up temporarily. So if it does end up working, then we'll go ahead and pick up probably like 2, 3, maybe even 4 of these. So we can have like just some pre-made pins set up that if we have to take them down, it's not a big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo this fine, fancy installation that we got right here. All right, well, we got the charger. We're gonna go ahead and head back down there. Probably just gonna zip tie it to a T-post or something super, super basic. We're not doing anything too fancy today. We just really wanna see if this will work. All right, so we're getting pretty close to being done. The only part where this system really struggles is anytime you're turning a corner. You guys can see the pressure from the rope is just too much. So I went ahead and drove this T-post in there. This is actually a very tall T-post. It was about as tall as I am. So it's about 2 feet into the ground probably, maybe 2.5. So we're gonna go ahead and tie this off to that T-post. Once we get the cow in here, this is gonna be the weak point. We're basically just gonna lift this up, set it down. We're gonna set our cow in there for her to walk around and basically clean everything out. And then once she's in there, we'll go ahead and bring this back up, tighten it tight. And I think we'll have a complete perimeter and should be pretty good. I just got to do a little bit more weed whacking. I was almost done. I had gone all the way around, gotten to about right there. Then I ran out of string. So just got it restringed, just got a little bit more to go. Then we're gonna go ahead and bring the cow over here. All right, well, I think we're about as ready as we're gonna be as far as the trial run goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of create a little bit of a diversion with the Ranger. I'm gonna go ahead and park it in that corner right there. All right, well, we got everything hooked up, and Ginger, she was the poor soul that got to experience what this was first. She came over here to grab just a little bit of hay, which on my part's kind of mean. I should probably move this, but it gave her just a little shock and she backed up right away. So I think they're gonna learn pretty quick about what this fence is, and they should be able to mow this down pretty fast. We're hoping like the better part of a week, this will all be clean. Then we can go ahead and move the fence to somewhere else. All right, well, as far as the fence goes, we got the 2 jerseys in there doing a great job. They're already getting to work. I will run back down in just a little bit to check on them, make sure everything's doing okay. They have already learned what that perimeter fence is, and they are keeping their distance. So I think it's gonna end up working, but my son was up here earlier this morning. You guys can see that he was doing just a great job mowing the lawn. Well, when I say lawn, it's actually just overgrown weeds, but I'm supposed to keep this area relatively clean. It's supposed to be knocked down pretty good, because every once in a while there's a cool project that goes on up here, roughly about once a year, that involves helicopters, and it may be happening in the next couple weeks. So I got to get this area knocked back down again, get it ready just in case it does happen. So I always got to leave it ready just in case it does happen. It's always weather pending, so we may have some cool stuff coming up here in the next couple weeks. Might not happen. It's already been pushed back twice, but regardless, I need to have this area prepped and ready to go. But as soon as we got up here, we realized that it was out of gas. So my daughter was kind enough to go get me another jug of gasoline. Thank you.
You're making me blush.
Oh, you're the best. All right, get off so I can finish mine. So as soon as I finish this up, we'll run back down, see how they're doing, see if they've broken out yet. Honestly, it's a pretty good possibility, but I gotta get this knocked out because this is something I gotta check off my list because I am not gonna have time to do it next week. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, well, as much as I wanted to keep going, I'm like 99% there, but it is starting to rain on me and it is pouring down towards the other side over there. So we're gonna run back down to the hay barn before I get soaking wet. Not gonna lie, I kinda wish I had an enclosed cab mower right now. It's really starting to come down. So there were a couple of other things that I wanted to get done today, but if this rain does not let up, my plans may have just been canceled. I'm gonna go ahead and work on a couple things in the shop for just a little bit. Hopefully we get like a small break so I can go ahead and check everything out. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and work in the shop in a little bit, and then we'll basically just have to play it by ear and see how it goes. All right, got a small break in the rain, enough for me to walk home at least. So let's go ahead and check out how things are doing. All right, well, glad I walked down here before things got too crazy. I left my little saw on the ground down here. But let's go ahead and take a gander how these girls are doing. So far, they are staying pretty far away from this yellow fence right here. Looks like it's doing its job. So one more thing about this fence real quick. It's not supposed to be touching vegetation. Now, about an hour ago, it was not like this. Tree got a little bit wet, it got a little bit windy, and it decided to come down here and touch this thing. So we are gonna go ahead and dispose of that real quick. Go ahead and get rid of this one too. Come on. There it goes. All right, well, so far so good. You guys can see Honey and Ginger back there just chomping on that poison oak. So right now, Honey and Ginger are actively chewing on the poison oak. They love that stuff. We're hoping that they can just clear this whole area out. And then we can go ahead and take the fence down. We'll move it somewhere else and have them do the same thing. But my kids and poison oak, they do not agree with that stuff. If they even look at it wrong, they get that rash or whatever poison oak gives you that just lasts for days and it just does not go away. So fun fact, I'm actually not allergic to poison oak. Now I never knew for sure, but I always kind of thought that I had like a resistance to it. But back when I had my 450, I went ripping around in the back one day and I just saw like this huge patch of it. I was in a t-shirt and I was like, you know what, let's find out. So I just completely went through it. It like brushed up all against me and it did absolutely nothing. But my poor kids, not the same story. So we want this stuff gone. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping things up. As far as this yellow rope goes, you guys, I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it works pretty good. I think the cows have definitely learned what it is already. They're keeping their distance. And honestly, I think I'm gonna buy a bunch more of it. This was just like a purely experimental phase of it. I think I'm gonna end up buying probably like 100 or 200 of these fiberglass rods so we can do much larger areas with it. Because a lot of the times I hear we have these random projects that pop up and I don't want like permanent fences. I would love to have one that I can put up and take down in less than a day. And I think that's exactly what this is right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if you guys can find this stuff on Amazon. If I am successful at finding a link, I'll put it down in the comments below. Probably one of the things that is most appealing to me about this rope is that it's reusable and it's easy to repackage back up. They actually make a roller of some sort that's at Tractor Supply that I'm probably gonna go pick up. So when you go to take this back down, you can just roll it back up instead of having to throw it away. So super cool stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws to this video. I know it's been a while since I posted one. Work has just been absolutely insane and I've had no time to pick up the camera. I'm really hoping that my parts for that generator come in this week so I can get it up and running because that's gonna open the door to so many more cool projects and I'm super looking forward to it. But anyhow, thanks again for watching this video. If you could do me a huge solid like, subscribe, share this video with your amigos, hit that notification button down below so you can continue to see progress on whatever else we got going on out here at the ranch, and I will see you guys next time. Later.